If you have any care in this world for the creative medium that is storytelling, do yourself a favor and read Kagurabachi. Kagurabachi is something seldom ever seen before. It perfectly mixes everything that came before it, making it familiar and exciting, while simultaneously carving a whole new path into something we've never quite seen. A love letter to everything that has, and a sign for what everything will be. Something that started off as a very compelling but simple revenge story has grown into something so much bigger than any of us could have expected. It's a story of revenge, yet forgiveness, guilt, legacy, and terrible misfortune. If I see even one goddamn one of you shit talk my goat in the comments, I will find where you live, show you this panel in physical until you understand. You people are scared of an introverted protagonist. He is not just edgy. In fact, I really wouldn't say he's edgy at all. Let's break down some certified edgelords first, and then come back to Chihiro the goat. Google describes an edgelord as an excessive egoist and someone who has a preference for disruptive behavior and irreverence, aka someone who is dark and brooding and most likely super tragic because their life is so sad. First off, Shadow the Hedgehog, a justified edgelord, lost his Maria, got trapped for 50 years, lost his memory, all kinds of bad shit has happened to him. A little edgy because of it. But I mean, hey, he has Latinos, so he's okay. Alright, if we're being technical, Guts is an edgelord, but I'd only really say he is in like the Black Swordsman arc and Conviction arc. After that, he kind of heals and shit. But, you know, yeah, edgelord for sure. This guy, oh my god, is he edgy. Reaper from Overwatch, I don't know, his moveset is edgy. And when I was doing research, everybody kept saying Reaper. I don't know the lore. But I remember when I was 14 and played Reaper that one time, he was a little edgy. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, not after Cell comes back, but before, he's really edgy. Like, for no reason. Like, he was mad, yeah, valid. But like, dude, you gotta calm down. You gotta, hey, man. You being way too sassy right now. Number one, early Kratos. Yeah, he's edgy. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, his backstory was sad, for sure, but also, like, it doesn't justify this shit. I mean, maybe, I don't know. He's really angry. I mean, you know, I think moral of the story is being edgy is just, angry. But also, like, you wear a lot of black. Sasuke. Yeah, I don't even watch Naruto. Sasuke! Alright, now let's break down Chihiro, okay? He is caring almost immediately. He does not need someone to break down his walls for them to see his kindness. It's pretty blatantly on display. Just because he's generally quiet and wears all black doesn't mean he is constantly brooding. I think this panel right here is why most people think he's an edgelord, but I think in retrospect, we can see this was him generally just having either, one, a dry sense of humor, or, looking deeper, is a showing of him forcing this role on himself. He has to remind himself that he hates, because that is not his natural disposition. He is not a naturally hateful person. That, or he just immediately had some crazy fast character development. You cannot tell me this guy, only a couple chapters later, is full of hatred for any and everything. Even facing the man who killed his father, he isn't edgy. He's crashing out. He's just an introverted crash out. Instead of being loud about it, he just shows it all over his face. He's not edgy and angry for the sake of being edgy and angry. He is crashing out in a particular moment because he is a crash out. He's a self-imposed edgelord. He wants to hate, but clearly that's just not who he is. Take how any of those aforementioned characters would react to meeting John Hishaku, the man who killed their father. Oh my god, no. They would, no. Chihiro's reaction is super realistic and conflicted, and he doesn't really know what to do. Chihiro is serious, for sure, but brooding is not the word that comes to mind. When I think about Chihiro, I think of these moments, the subtle, calm collection that he has in almost every scenario that opens up in his moments of kindness and moments of solitude with his friends, these little children around him, mentors, all this stuff that shows that he really just has kindness and tenderness about him. That does not take somebody to break down that wall. It does not take him to be outside of the conflict for that to show. It shows pretty apparently everywhere. In the middle of combat, he's showing kindness for another. Like that's not edgelordy. That's not edgelordy at all. That's post-character development for an edgelord, and we are in the first 100 chapters, and he's definitely having some character development for sure. No spoilers, but he's not opening up, really. He's not healing, really. He's definitely still, honestly, more crashing out than earlier, but not in an edgelord way. In a very conflicted, doesn't really know what he's fighting for at this point. It's currently being challenged in the manga. That's my goat. That's my introverted crash out right there. Another reason I love Kagurabachi is the fun and interesting side characters. In a series like this, especially Revenge Story and so-called edgelord, it's usually just about the edgelord and his revenge and all this stuff. And early on, I think a lot of people had this worry, especially with kind of it just being Shiba, and all these other characters that showed up just wouldn't do anything. And even Shiba, who was really cool, wasn't really doing anything. But now that we're getting a little farther into this series, it is very clear that Hokuzono is putting his time and effort into these side characters and really making them stand toe-to-toe with Chihiro in terms of depth and intrigue. Hakuri is the best example I've got. Like, look at this little lover boy. He is so cute and adorable, and his arc was just fantastically executed. And he's not some pushover like a lot of people with this archetype, the quiet, shaky, kind of impulsive, dude-protagonist role. Usually they'd be kind of a pushover. He is not. He is far from that. He is fucking broken, and I love him. He's very eager. I think a lot of his character traits, especially after his arc, are very normal protagonisty. He's very impulsive. He's very wanting to help at all times. I love him so much, and he's got a lot of tenderness and care about him as well, a very common trait among our protagonists, and I just adore him. Iori is also amazing, someone that seems like a simple damsel, but very quickly and effectively becomes an incredibly rich and important character, while also bringing her father's character to new heights. Her father being Samura. Bro, soon as he showed up, the aura on this guy is insane amounts of aura. The layers that this man has that slowly show over the course of this most recent arc are just astounding, and I cannot give it over how incredible he is as a character, how rich and in depth he is. I just adore him. And they have the cool, more mysterious characters like Shiba I mentioned, who has done a good bit, but has stayed a bit into the background while being super cool. They have Hiyuki, who is a fucking sick as shit character who we haven't gotten a lot of yet, and I want to see a lot more of, but I can tell that we will, and I can tell that they are just going to be so much fun when we learn more about like their past and what drives them, besides just them being kind of the hothead, fight, beat them down character, which I love. So something I saw on Twitter by a user I cannot find again, so please tell me if you see it. Each of the enchanted blades so far represent a different war crime for the Neijing massacre, or just various other older Japanese war crimes and such, except for N10. All N10 represents is the familial love, the goldfish, part of Rokuhiro only Chihiro knew. What do goldfish exactly mean in Japanese culture? Oh, buddy.
Switch him down, nephew.
This is just one of the main things I love about Kagurabachi. It's got this breakneck pace that reminds me of JJK at times, and while some people may not rock heavy with it, I think that the way, despite so much is constantly happening in each chapter, Hokuzono fills it to the absolute brim with subtle or not so subtle character building, moments of levity and themes that make it so you don't really feel rushed at all. And it feels like something is constantly happening because it is. It feels fresh and new every week. That weekly experience is insane. There's been very few weeks in its almost 100 chapters out so far where there hasn't been at least one, oh shit, this is the chapter, since it started serialization. The themes of grief, both on a personal level and national level, we can so easily tell this is leading to some crazy reveal of just how bad the Seitei War was, and the glimpses that we've got so far, it's already bad, like Jesus. And it has such a fantastic thematic relevance to Chihiro, our main character, is he knows his father. He was raised by the man alone, and he sees this side of him that no one else seems to really know. They only see either one, this hero of good, or this war criminal, basically, who just created nukes. Basically just Oppenheimer, you know? And I can't wait to see where this brings Chihiro's character, how he rationalizes with these truths that he's finding out currently. It's such great stuff, and how that might reflect on him. The art and action is just so good. I say this a lot, but man, like, to really break it down, and there's these little moments of heart everywhere sprinkled in between. I just can't. I don't know. We know I have no idea how to properly talk about art in the manga form. So once again, I'm gonna try something new. I'm employing the help of a dear friend to just fucking point and scream and cool shit and talk about the sauce, because, like, dude, there's so many chapters that have panels that are like, this belongs in a museum, or just the way that action flows from one panel to another, one page to another. It's fucking incredible. Okay, here you. I'm gonna let him take it away.
Kagurabachi. I fucking love this shit, man. So in an attempt to share that love I have for Kagurabachi with you, we're gonna play a game. And that game is called Guess What This Is From. A weekly series that's drawn by a guy who started drawing in 2020, aka 5 years ago, aka 2.5, 3 years before he started drawing this manga, or if this is from a monthly series, drawn by veterans. A. Kagurabachi. B. Kagurabachi. C. Kagurabachi. D. This is Dantadan. Actually, I just wanted to talk about Dantadan. I'm sorry. I don't think you quite understand how much sauce this shit has. Look at it! Dude! I'm just stalling for time. I just want to show you guys all these things out of context, because you don't need context. This is fire! This is hard! This is hard! If you're not reading Kagurabachi, don't watch my channel. Don't comment. Don't subscribe. We're done. Listen, I know there's some people, not a lot of people, but some people, who watch my channel and don't really read manga. Maybe they only watch anime. Maybe they don't even watch anime. Maybe they're just here because I don't really know why you're here if that's the case, but, you know. In any case, if you're one of those people, please, I think there is nothing better than something that is pretty simple to get into, but grows into something more. It's early on in the series. There's a lot to be had already. You can still be there for the journey. Please, do yourself a favor and read Kagurabachi. Look, I'm bullshitting. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't draw a stick figure. I don't know what I'm talking. Just look. This is hard.
I genuinely think this is one of those things where the weekly experience is the way to go about it. So please do yourself a favor and start Kagurabachi. I know I sit here and I glaze manga all day, every day. That's what I do. That's what I love. But this that started off just a dumb meme about sword manga has turned into something that is truly, I think, going to be revolutionary and talked about for years and years to come. Please, please read Kagurabachi. If you enjoy it, come back. Let me know. We'll talk about it again. I know there's going to be another video about this in the future. I want it to keep going, get a little bigger, get a little farther. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you all next time.